it's Jay again, and also have Jane today. So we're going to talk a little bit about the chaperone expectations we have for the chaperones for when they come out and help with the field trips. So the first one we have is upon arrival, the teachers or chaperones will have a whole big stack of all the rental forms that you've seen in a previous video. So those need to be handed out to the students. So why is that important?
Well, without a rental form or without basically a permission slip, you're not going to ski. So your teachers are going to give you those permission slips upon arrival, and it's your responsibility to take them over to the rental department. Very important to hang on to that from the building where you check in to the rental department.
Okay. So that helps us get them out on the snow a little bit faster then?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Second one would be tickets. We now got to make sure that when the ticket and the wicket, we can get that whole big stack of tickets and wickets, that is given to each student so each student can put it on correctly. Why is that important, Jane?
It needs to be on there and secure all day. You're not allowed on the hill without the ticket. So listen to your instructors on how to put those tickets on. You want to have that attached before you go over to the rental building.
Again, because it gets us out on that hill that much faster. Awesome, overall. And then for those chaperones who aren't actually going to be out there skiing, a really important thing to do for them is to monitor the behavior of the kids who are also not skiing or who come in from skiing for a break. And why is that important, Jane?
Chaperones are so important to us. You really help make a great field trip, an epic field trip. So a helpful chaperone is just a huge asset to the whole day.
Okay, and then for those non-skiing chaperones, one of the other things we have for them is supposed to help with lunch distribution. Why is that important this year?
That's actually new this year. We are going to have one person in charge of lunches. That person will come and pick up all the lunches, and they will be responsible for distributing the lunches to the kids. We're hoping this will alleviate some of the long lines we've had in the past, and again, all to make the kids have more time out on the snow.
That is so great. And then the next item we have on our list is that skier's responsibility code, which I'm sure you've already seen the video on. And the important one out of that one was skiing in control and making sure they're able to stop and not bombing or straight lining down the hill. And if you remember, what was the acronym for that we had? It was cold days, okay? And then beyond that, there's also one of where it's really important for the chaperones and teachers to help the students remember what the expectations are of them when they come out here. Why is that important, Jane?
Well, again, this is going to be a day you will not forget. This is a chance of a lifetime for many of you to actually ski for the first time. Everything we do, we try to get you out on the snow quicker and just make it a terrific experience. We can't wait for you guys to come. Thank you.
And the last thing I do want to add to that is when I go out skiing with my kids, I love skiing with them overall, and I really like spending lots of time with them, which is really, really great. It makes for some very good parent-child time on that. However, when chaperones, when you guys come on out, I understand that urge of wanting to spend that time with your kids as well, but make sure you're also spending time with some of the other kids who are out there and supervising them with respect to the skier's responsibility code. Again, especially that important one about skiing in control, and then not straight lining or bombing down the hill as well. So make sure if you see kids out there skiing who are not doing those things that you reinforce the responsibility code. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, it's Jay. Welcome to Snow Creek. One of the things I wanted to make sure everybody understood was the skier's responsibility code. What is that? Well, it's just a small little set of rules to help make your skiing experience that much more enjoyable. And here's an easy way to remember what those 7 are. Cold days. Yes, cold days, easy acronym. C stands for control. So when you're out here skiing, having a great time, always make sure you ski in control. What that also means is you're able to stop. You don't go bombing down a hill like this and not being able to stop. That definitely isn't good. So make sure you're able to go ahead and stop and always ski in control. 2, O. O stands for obstruct. Do not obstruct different trails or any part of the hill where you may have to stop. Inevitably, you're going to have to stop. You may have to wait for a friend or what have you. Pull off to the side, kind of like when you ride your bike. You may pull off to the side of the road to stop waiting for your friends. Same idea when you're out here skiing. You can just pull over to the side, but make sure you're visible where people can see you. L is lifts. Before you ride any of our lifts, which is either the magic carpet, the rope tow, or the chairlift, make sure you find out how to ride that lift first because it'll make it much more enjoyable going up and you may not fall and so forth. D stands for devices. On each of your skis, you have this little device called a brake. What that brake allows the ski to do is if it happens to come off, then the ski won't go barreling down the hill. It'll actually stop right there so you can put your skis back on and come down the hill the rest of the way. A is avoid. Now, I don't know about you guys, but my parents had eyes in the back of their head when I was growing up. So when you're skiing down, people in front of you, they don't have eyes in the back of their heads, so they can't see you. So the thing you definitely don't want to do as you're skiing down is yell, "Get out of my way!" because they can't see you, right? So it's your responsibility to ski in control and make sure you avoid them. A for avoid. And then last one is S, which stands for signs. So make sure you read all signs and stay off of closed trails. Hey, it's Jay again. So one of the things we're going to talk about today is how to put these things on tickets along with the wickets. So the wickets go with the tickets. So helping me today, I have Darren over in charge of guest services. And then I also have Jane, who is the wonderful field trip diva. So Darren, can you go ahead and show us how to put on a ticket and a wicket? There's your ticket.
Absolutely, Jay.
Fantastic. Thank
Don't
you,
need
Kevin.
one of those.
You don't? You sure?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
All right, if you say so. All right, so that was an epic fail, no question about that. So let's see how Jane does. Jane, there's our wicket, and there's our ticket.
I'm so sorry about Darren. Oh, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna find our zipper pole, put it in. We're gonna take the back of the ticket off, and voila, fold it over, ticket on.
Are you sure that's on all?
That is-
Oh, another major epic fail. Why is that? Because the bottom of the wicket was open. So she was really, really close, a lot better than Darren. So what is the right way? Well, the right way is to go ahead, take our wicket, find a zipper on preferably either your vest or your jacket, place it through an eye hole so this is visible on the outside. That opening that we saw earlier, that goes down to the bottom like that. I then take my ticket, peel it only halfway, but before I do that, I have to remember to fold it in half so it's nice and lined up and straight, and I'll tell you why that's important in just a second. Then I peel it back only halfway. Doesn't matter which side. And then with it peeled back halfway, I take my wicket, line it up, that opening towards the very bottom, get it fairly centered, pull off the backing of the ticket, fold it up over the top, make sure it's nice and sealed up, press it down a couple of times overall so it forms a nice stickiness all the way around the ticket, and that is on. And unlike what we saw Darren do where he littered, which is not a good thing, take this and find the nearest trash receptacle and throw that out.